Hello, am I audible? Okay, Vishal. Okay, guys. So today we will start our new lesson. Okay. So have you completed your homework of second lesson, that is India events after 1960s? Yes, some of you has uploaded it. Okay, I have seen that, and all the remaining, I request all of them also. Okay, do it as soon as possible. Okay, everyone, welcome. Vedant, Kadambari, Vishal, Ayush. Okay, Ayush Mehta, Vinit. So, friends, I'm sharing my screen presenting. Okay, here is my screen. Okay, is it visible? Okay, all right. So, very first, how are you, everyone? Fine? Any problem? Okay, take care, guys. So, today we will start our new lesson. Okay, this is your third lesson from the history, that is India's internal challenges. So basically, guys, in the first two lessons, okay, what are these two lessons? We studied about the sources of history. There are basically three to four types of major sources. Okay, written, okay, audio visual sources, material sources likewise. After that, we completed the second lesson, which includes events after 1960s in India. It means all the important events that are taken place, okay, in India, in Indian politics, in Indian economy, in social and cultural background, okay, all these things. So we studied about all these things in the different decades like 70s, 60s, okay, 80s, 90s, 91, we can say. So we also studied who were the prime ministers, who were the governments at that time, what were the challenges faced by them, what different schemes they implemented, how they improved our lifestyle, okay, our people, how they tried to remove the poverty from our country. Okay, so we studied all these things, and based upon that, you have written down, okay, exercise also. So this is your third lesson now. Today, now we will start the lesson. So let me ask you very first: is the screen visible and am I audible properly? Okay, okay. So let's start the narration. Okay, first paragraph. In this chapter, we are going to learn about some internal challenges that India faces. Okay, so from the name itself, you can understand. Okay, this chapter, this lesson is all about the internal challenges that India has already faced and India is already facing right now, also. Okay, we shall see some internal challenges like separatist movements. Okay, issues of Northeast India, Naxalism, okay, communalism, regionalism, likewise. What are these? Basically, problems or the challenges, major challenges. सेपरेटिस्ट मूवमेंट्स. अभी ये सेपरेटिस्ट मूवमेंट क्या होते हैं? अगर देश में कुछ लोग, ओके, किसी इलाके के लोग, किसी रीजन के लोग ये कहने लगे कि हमें हमारा सेपरेट देश बनाना है, हमें हमारा सेपरेट रीजन बनाना है. So all these moments are nothing but the separatist moments. Okay, they are not ready to be the part of our India. Next are the issues of Northeast India. We well known about the seven sisters. Okay, eight sisters or seven sisters: Manipur, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Nagaland. Okay, Tripura likewise. So these are the Northeast states. So there are different issues, okay, which are related to these states. ये जो नॉर्थ ईस्ट के ईशान्य, ओके, ईशान्य भारत में, ईशान्य इंडिया में जो कुछ स्टेट्स है, तो उनके अपने कुछ प्रॉब्लम से कुछ इश्यूज है, तो वो इश्यू भी हम यहाँ पर डिस्कस करेंगे. नाउ इट इज नक्सलिज्म, ओके, कम्युनलिज्म एंड रीजनलिज्म. सो नक्सलिज्म इज नथिंग बट वन ऑफ द सेपरेटिस्ट मुवमेंट, जे काही नक्षलवादी असतात, ओके, तर त्यांच्याबद्दल हे आहे. आणि नेक्स्ट वन इज कम्युनलिझम. नाउ कम्युनलिझम म्हणजेच काय, कम्युनिटी म्हणजेच काय, आपल्याकडे वेगवेगळ्या रिलीजनचे लोक राहतात आपल्या देशामध्ये, ओके, वेगवेगळ्या सेक्टचे लोक राहतात, रिलीजनचे. तो अगर उनमें जो हार्मनी है, उनमें जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, वो अगर रही नहीं, ओके, अगर वो बैड हो जाती है, गलत हो जाती है, सो इसकी वजह से वहां पर जो कम्युनिटीज में प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट होते हैं, ओके, उनको बोलते हैं कम्युनलिज्म. मतलब किसी अपने ही रिलीजन को, ओके, अपने ही कल्चर को बहुत सबसे अच्छा मानना, किसी और के कल्चर को बहुत हीन का दर्जा देना, उसको कम दिखाना, ओके, लाइक वाइज दैट. Also regionalism. Regionalism is also, it is about the region, okay, pride over pride we can say. बहुत ज्यादा प्राइड, अपने रीजन के बारे में बहुत ज्यादा गर्व होना, ओके. वो थोड़ा सा गर्व तो ठीक है, लेकिन आप बहुत ही गर्व करने लगेंगे, बहुत ही प्राइड करने लगेंगे, तो उसके वजह से क्या होगा कि आप अपनी कंट्री से सेपरेट दिखाने लगेंगे अपने आप को, ओके. सो वी विल नॉट ग्रो एज अ कंट्री प्रॉपरली because of all these challenges India is facing and India has faced. Kandambari, I have already shared my screen, okay? Hello, am I audible properly? Okay, I have already shared my screen. I hope everybody is able to see the screen. Zoom I have, okay. Any issue, Kadambari? I did not understand your concern. Okay, Kadambari, I think at your end also it is possible to zoom the screen. Okay, तुमच्या स्वतःच्या स्क्रीनवर पण माझ्या मते यू कॅन झूम. You just try. Okay, if it is not possible, I will try to zoom, okay, every time. So now I think it is clear to all of you that what we are going to study in this lesson. Is it clear to everyone now? What are we going to study in this lesson? Okay, Ayush, Kadambari, Vinith. Okay, Vinith, okay. So Kadambari, you can zoom it at your end also. So don't worry. Okay, now one by one we will see all the problems, internal challenges that we are facing, that we have faced. Okay, so let's start from the Punjab. Okay, the unrest in Punjab. Okay, unrest means मराठीमध्ये अस्वस्थ एकदम त्याला म्हटलं जाऊ शकतं, ओके, किंवा खूप असंतोष माजलेला देशामध्ये, किंवा कुछ अराजकता. अनरेस्ट म्हणजेच अराजकता वी कॅन से. Nothing, all law and order situation, okay, all the problems, okay, government is not able to govern the state properly, so this is nothing but the unrest, okay. So do you understand what is unrest? It means there are some people, some group of peoples who are not letting that state to be peaceful. Okay, all right. So the same unrest that happened, okay, that was present in the Punjab. So when it was present, we will just study about it. Okay, देखिए, see, unrest in the Punjab. Akali Dal was the major political party in Punjab. ओके, जिस प्रकार महाराष्ट्र में शिवसेना, कांग्रेस है, बीजेपी है, राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस है, ये जो पार्टियां अलग अलग राजनीतिक पार्टियां, उसी प्रकार से पंजाब में अकाली दल का एक पार्टी है। ओके, वो बहुत मेजर पार्टी है, मतलब वहां पर उसका बहुत बार चीफ मिनिस्टर भी उस पार्टी के रहे हैं, अभी भी उसी पार्टी के चीफ मिनिस्टर है शायद। नो, अभी तो नहीं, शायद अभी नहीं, अभी कांग्रेस के। लेकिन उस वक्त पंजाब में एक बहुत बड़ी पार्टी अकाली दल है। ओके, और इट इज अ मेजर पार्टी। सो इन 1973 द अकाली दल पास्ड द आनंदपुर साहिब रिजोल्यूशन। ओके, म्हणजेच काय, ये जो राजनीतिक पार्टी है अकाली दल, इसने क्या किया, एक मीटिंग बुलाई। ओके, वहां पर उन्होंने एक प्रस्ताव पास किया, एक रिजोल्यूशन पास किया। ओके, तो उसको कहते हैं आनंदपुर साहिब रिजोल्यूशन। रिजोल्यूशन का मतलब क्या होता है, किसी संकल्प करना, किसी प्रस्ताव को पारित करना। ओके, द फॉलोइंग डिमांड्स वेर मेड इन दिस रिजोल्यूशन। नाउ सी, in 1973 as Akali Dal has passed Anandpur Sahib resolution, then in that resolution there must be some demands. Okay, there must be some objective behind that resolution, that prastav. Okay, there must be some aim, some target, some demand. So what demands Akali Dal was making, okay, at that time? So the first demand was Chandigarh should be made part of Punjab. Okay, their first demand was, we know that. Okay, let me ask you one question now. So I hope I am audible. So can anybody tell me that which is the capital of Punjab? Okay, capital of Punjab. Yes, anybody among you? आप में से कोई एक, किसी को पता है पंजाब की कैपिटल कौन सी है? Yes, anybody among you? ये पता नहीं है तो नो डालो। ओके, यू कैन एंटर नो। ओके, आयुष सिंह चंडीगढ़। व्हाट अबाउट अदर स्टूडेंट्स? Okay, we need Ayush. Okay, all right. So all of you know that Chandigarh is the uh, capital of Punjab right now, but it is also the capital of Haryana. Okay, it is also the capital of Haryana also. Okay, so basically in that time Chandigarh was not a part of Punjab. Okay, in 1973 Chandigarh was not part of Punjab. That's why Akali Dal passed a resolution in which they demanded that our demand is Chandigarh should be part of Punjab. Second demand was the Punjabi speaking parts in other states should be included in the state of Punjab. Okay, so what they're telling us, or what they are demanding at that in that resolution. So the first is Chandigarh should be part of Punjab. Also, all the Punjabi speaking population or all the Punjabi speaking parts in other state, they should also be included. They should also be added in Punjab, state of Punjab. मतलब उन्होंने बोला कि पंजाबी हम बोलते हैं, ठीक है, लेकिन अगर आप राजस्थान में गए, हमारे पास में बगल का जो स्टेट है, अगर हिमाचल प्रदेश के आसपास गए, हरियाणा के पास गए, तो वहां पे कुछ लोग है, कुछ पार्ट है कि जहां पर लोग पंजाबी बोलते हैं। तो ये जो पार्ट है, ये जो लोग है विच स्पीक्स पंजाबी, इट शुड बी पार्ट ऑफ पंजाब नाउ, स्टेट ऑफ द पंजाब, मतलब उनको पंजाब में ऐड करना चाहिए। So the next demand was recruitment of people from Punjab in the Indian Army should be increased. उन्होंने क्या बताया? Next resolution, next demand is that central government should recruit, okay, more number of Punjabi people in the army. Okay, and the last demand was more autonomy should be given to the state of Punjab. So the last demand in that resolution was central government or Indian government should give an autonomy, more autonomy to Punjab. Okay, इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब ये है कि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट पंजाब में कम से कम इंटरफेरेंस करे, कम से कम हस्तक्षेप करे हमको, और पंजाब की जो गवर्नमेंट है, पंजाब का जो स्टेट है, उनको ज्यादा से ज्यादा राइट्स दे, अधिकार दे. ओके, so these were main 5 demands or 4 to 5 demands of Akali Dal, okay, in the Anandpur Sahib resolution, which they passed in 1973. So this question can be asked in the exam. Okay, what were the demands of Akali Dal? Okay, in the resolution, Anandpur Sahib resolution they passed. So basically, Chandigarh should be the part of Punjab. All the Punjabi speaking part in other states should be included in the Punjab, state of the Punjab. Okay, Punjabi people should be recruited more in the Indian army, and more autonomy should be given to the state of Punjab. Okay, so these were the demands by the Akali Dal, which was the major political party in Punjab. So is it clear to all of you what were the demands of Akali Dal in the Punjab in their resolution they passed in 1973? Okay, now this is clear. This is very important. Also, see, Akali Dal come to power in Punjab in 1977. Okay, as I told you that Akali Dal was a major party and they have also formed the government. मतलब उनका चीफ मिनिस्टर भी रहा है पंजाब में. सो देखिए 1973 में उन्होंने रेजोल्यूशन पास किया. अल्सो उसके बाद 4 ही साल बाद, आफ्टर द 4 years of the resolution passed, the अकाली दल कम टू पावर इन पंजाब. अकाली दल की जो पावर है वो पंजाब में आ गई और उनका चीफ मिनिस्टर बन गया. While taking charge, they asked for a larger share of river waters for Punjab, holy city status for Amritsar, and along with their old demands. So now see, we have already seen that they have already made some demands. Okay. After that, in 1977, they come to power. And as soon as they come to power, they again demanded other things. What were that other things? They were for asking larger share of river water for the Punjab. So guys, you know what? Rivers are not originated from in the one state, okay, and they do not remain for the one step. Okay, they originate at one state, they go through 4 to 5 states, 1 to 2 states, more than one state. Okay, that's why there are always some problems and always some issues, okay, on the share of the water. Okay, always have some issue on the water share in the rivers. It means suppose one river originates in Himalaya, okay, then it moves to Himachal Pradesh, then it goes to the Haryana, and then it travels through the Punjab. So for example, it is Satluj river. Okay, Punjab is there is major river in Punjab which is Satluj. So Satluj river travels from the Haryana, Himachal Pradesh. Okay, likewise. So Punjab said that people should not, Haryana people or Haryana government or Haryana state should not build a dam. We can say, okay, they should send more water to us through the river. So after when they come to the power in 1977, this is new demand they again made. Also, they also demanded that Amritsar city should give the holy city status. मतलब अमृतसर की जो सिटी है उसको पवित्र शहर का दर्जा देना चाहिए. ओके, पवित्र सिटी का मतलब होली सिटी का दर्जा देना चाहिए. Along with the old demands, we already know old demands. Okay, so this is all about the Akali Dal, their resolution, their demands, and when they come to the power. Okay, in 1977 they come to the power. They again demanded 2 to 3 things. So guys, am I audible or still my voice is breaking? Okay, okay, fine. Now tell me that whatever we have taken up to now about the Akali Dal, about the Punjab, their resolution, their demands, when they come to the power, what new demands they made. Okay, is it clear to all of you now? Okay, very nice. So you people capture it very fast. Okay, grasping power is very good. Now, uh, okay, we will move towards next topic now. So we know that Akali Dal come to the power. They demanded more things. Okay, in 1980, the movement for independent Khalistan took root in Punjab. ओके, इंडिपेंडेंट खालिस्तान मतलब वो खालिस्तान जो वर्ड है आप लोगों ने वो सुना ही होगा. ओके, यू पीपल माइट हैव हर्ड अबाउट द वर्ड खालिस्तान. ओके, सो 1980 में क्या हुआ कि एक मोमेंट हो गई. ओके, एक मराठीमध्ये चळवळ चालू झाली, वी कॅन से. ओके, एक मोमेंट शुरू हो गई. दैट मोमेंट वॉज फॉर द इंडिपेंडेंट खालिस्तान, मतलब स्वतंत्र खालिस्तान के लिए एक मोमेंट शुरू हो गई. कुछ लोग एक इकट्ठा हुए, कुछ लोग ओके, उन्होंने ग्रुप बनाया और उन्होंने कहना शुरू किया कि हमें हमारा खालिस्तान नाम का देश चाहिए, अलग से, इंडिया से अलग. ओके, वो पंजाब को दो टुकड़ों में बांटना चाहिए थे, चाहते थे. एक था खालिस्तान और एक था पंजाब. ओके, सो इन 1980s movement for the independent Khalistan took root in Punjab. During that period, the leader of the Akali Dal was Sant Harcharan Singh Longewal. Okay, remember this name, Sant Harcharan Singh Longewal. So we studied about the Akali Dal, their resolution, their power. So in 1980s, the movement for the independent Khalistan took root. मतलब अपनी रूट, आपली जडे जमाने उन्होंने सुरू कर दी. आपले मुळं त्या ठिकाणी त्यांनी रुजवायला सुरू केली की आम्हाला स्वतंत्र खालिस्तान पाहिजे. आणि त्यावेळी अकाली दलचा जो काही प्रमुख आहे, ओके, द लीडर, अकाली दल का नेता कौन थे? संत हरचरण सिंह लोंगोवाल. He used to direct his activists from the Golden Temple to stage protests. So what he used to do, what that leader of Akali Dal used to do, there are the activists, okay, of the Akali Dal. Then he used to direct his activists from Golden Temple to stage protest. वो क्या कर रहे थे? अपने जो एक्टिविस्ट थे, अपने जो कार्यकर्ता थे, एक्टिविस्ट मतलब जो कार्यकर्ता है, जो वर्कर है उनके पार्टी के, उनको बोलते थे कि आप अमृतसर के जो गोल्डन टेम्पल है, जो स्वर्ण मंदिर है, उससे निकलो और आगे जाकर प्रोटेस्ट शुरू कर दिए. Okay, on the other side of Golden Temple, armed followers started gathering around the staunch Khalistan supported Sant Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale. Now see, there are two personalities over here. So one personality, that is Akali Dal. Okay, the person or the leader of Akali Dal is saying that activists go from the Golden Temple and stage protest. मतलब वहां पर जाकर विरोध प्रदर्शन करो, ओके, प्रोटेस्ट करो. और उसी वक्त क्या हुआ था कि जो देयर वाज अ गोल्डन टेम्पल, एंड ऑन द अदर साइड ऑफ द गोल्डन टेम्पल there were some Khalistan supporters, okay, and which started, okay, to gathering, okay, they started gathering around the staunch Khalistan supported Sant Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale. We know that there were the people, okay, who were demanding for the separate Khalistan or independent Khalistan. Okay, so there was the Sant Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale, who was the supporter of the Khalistan movement. Then many activists, many people, okay, who started following the General Singh Bhindranwale. Okay, during that period, terrorist activities had begun. Now see that General Singh Bhindranwale started, okay, his this movement of independent Khalistan. Okay, there were many followers of this movement or this General Singh Bhindranwale. Okay, and in the same period, terrorist activity, or we can say, okay, yes, terrorist activity started to begin in the Punjab. Now see how unrest is beginning in the Punjab. Okay, how unrest started in the Punjab. Bhimran Reddy was arrested in 1981, accused of the murder of newspaper editor Lala Jagat Narayan. Now see, we know that Bhimran was a Khalistan supporter, and he also and his followers were also the Khalistani supporters. Now, what happened in 1981? General Singh Bhindranwale was arrested for under the charge, okay, of murder of one of the newspaper in the Punjab, who was the Lala Jagat Narayan. Okay, after this incident, the situation worsened. Okay, guys. So, guys, we already know that there was unrest in the Punjab. Terrorist activities were started in the Punjab. General Singh Bhindranwale started okay, his armed movement, okay, in the Golden Temple for this independent Khalistan. Along with that, what happened? General Singh Bhindranwale got arrested for the murder case, okay, murder charge, okay, of one of the newspaper editor Lala Jagat Narayan. But because of this, what happened? All the situation in the Punjab worsened. It means the situation in Punjab totally become bad. Due to these developments, president's rule was imposed in Punjab in 1983. ओके, आपको राष्ट्रपति राजवट पता होगी। ओके, अगर किसी स्टेट किसी स्टेट में बहुत ज्यादा अनरेस्ट निर्माण हो, ओके, बहुत ज्यादा वी कैन से अराजकता निर्माण हो, तो उस देश को संभालने के, उस स्टेट को संभालने के लिए प्रेसिडेंट का रूल लगाया जाता है वहां पर। उसे कहते हैं प्रेसिडेंट रूल। ओके, तो 1983 में पंजाब में प्रेसिडेंट रूल लगाया गया, क्योंकि वहां की जो गवर्नमेंट थी पंजाब की, उनके कंट्रोल में पंजाब नहीं रहा था। बिकॉज दैट खालिस्तान मूवमेंट टुक प्लेस देयर। ओके, एंड there was too much unrest in the Punjab. Terrorist activities were there. Bhindranwale went to stay at a religious place called Akal Takht. उसके बाद भिंडरानवाले कहाँ पर रहने के लिए गया? At a religious place called Akal Takht. So Akal Takht is one of the very, we can say, holy state, okay, or holy place in the Punjab. Bhindranwale's followers captured the Golden Temple and built a barricade of sandbags over there. Now see how Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale and his follower, okay, here they have created unrest in the Punjab. They have created terrorist activities in the Punjab. They have started the independent Khalistan movement over there. Okay, and also they captured the Golden Temple. उन्होंने क्या किया? Golden Temple को capture किया. Okay, in that temple they barricades sandbags, okay, around the Golden Temple. वो अपने sandbags, you might have seen this in the army, okay, at the borders, that sandbags are there. In the movies you might have seen that sandbags are to protect them, okay, from the enemies bullets, we can see, from the bullets, from the bombs, we can say grenades. So the same situation, the same barricade, same sandbags were barricade around the Golden Temple by the followers of the Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale. Okay, so I hope you are able to connect the links. You are able to connect the dots. Okay. अभी क्या हो रहा है, एक के बाद कुछ घटनाएं घट रही है, उसके वजह से क्या हो रहा है, पंजाब में अनरेस्ट कैसे क्रिएट हो गया है, उसके वजह से वो वहाँ की जो गवर्नमेंट है पंजाब की, वो काम नहीं कर रही। ओके, उसके कंट्रोल में कुछ नहीं रहा, एवरीथिंग इज आउट ऑफ देयर कंट्रोल। दैट्स व्हाई प्रेसिडेंट्स रूल वाज एस्टेब्लिश ओवर देयर। अब वहाँ कोई चीफ मिनिस्टर नहीं रहेगा, वहां पर डायरेक्ट प्रेसिडेंट जो है, ओके, वो वहां पर कुछ ऑर्डर देंगे। सारे राइट्स जो है, सारे डिसीजन के राइट्स है, वो प्रेसिडेंट को दिए गए हैं। ओके, okay, now So Golden Temple, that followers of the Bhindranwale captured Golden Temple and they made barricade of sandbags over there. The area looked like a fort. अभी फोर्ट तो आपको पता ही होगा जो किला होता है, ओके हाँ। जैसे हमारे छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज के बहुत सारे किले थे, उन्होंने क्या किया था, वो जो किले थे वो बहुत मजबूत बनाए थे, ओके, वो फोर्टिफाई किए थे। उसी प्रकार ये जो गोल्डन टेम्पल है उसको भी एक किले की तरह, वो जो जनरल सिंह भिंडरानवाले के जो समर्थक जो फॉलोअर थे उन्होंने किया। वो टोटली एक टेररिस्ट एक्टिविटीज कर रहे थे पूरे पंजाब में, इनोसेंट लोगों को मार रहे थे। पंजाब में वो स्वतंत्र खालिस्तान को बनाने के लिए मांग कर रहे थे, पंजाब को बांटने की बात कर रहे थे। दिस ग्रेटली डिस्टर्ब द पीस इन पंजाब। सो वी नो दैट for any country, for any state to make the progress to be developed, there should be peace in the country. शांति होना बहुत जरूरी है, okay. So because of all these things, okay, there was great disturbance in the Punjab, okay, and there was no more peace in the Punjab because this General Singh Bhindranwale, this independent Khalistan movement, it was a major challenge to Indian democracy. Okay, now General Singh Bhindranwale and their followers were directly challenging Indian government, Indian constitution, and our own country, India. Okay, because they were trying to divide the India, they were trying to make the part of partition of India again. Okay, they were demanding for the separate country, independent country, Khalistan. But you know, it was like division of India, partition of India, and our government cannot do that. Okay, so this is about the unrest in the Punjab, how it happened. Now we will see that what are different things that took place after Golden Temple was captured by the followers of General Singh Bhindranwale, who was the supporter of Khalistan movement, so independent Khalistan. और उन्होंने आगे क्या किया, okay. So anybody having any doubt up to now? Is it interesting to know everything? Okay, all right. It was a very interesting chapter. Okay. Now see Operation Blue Star. Okay, so before starting this, let me ask you people: have you heard about this Operation Blue Star ever before? Okay, we need. Okay, nobody has heard about it. So let's study about it. Okay, let's know about what is Operation Blue Star, why it was executed. Now see, the main task of getting the terrorist out of the Golden Temple was entrusted to Major General Kuldip Singh Brar. Now see, we know that Khalistani supporters or the Bhindranwale followers, they were the terrorists. They had captured the Golden Temple. Okay, they also have made the barricades of the sandbags over the Golden Temple. Okay, they were hidden over there. Okay, they were hiding over there. वहां पर छुप छुप कर वो टेररिस्ट एक्टिविटीज कर रहे थे। अभी उनको पता था कि गोल्डन टेम्पल है, इट इज होली प्लेस। ओके, अगर ये जो पंजाबी लोगों के लिए होली प्लेस है तो गवर्नमेंट उसके अंदर आ नहीं सकती, गवर्नमेंट हमें कुछ नहीं कर सकती, क्योंकि लोगों की रिलीजियस सेंटिमेंट्स हर्ट हो सकती है। So they were taking the benefit of this religious sentiments of the people, and they were hiding inside the Golden Temple, which was one of the very holy place for the Sikhs. Okay, so now they have captured it, and it's the duty of our central government, our Indian government, to take them out from the Golden Temple, to free the Golden Temple from these Khalistani supporters and this terrorist. And this responsibility was given to Major General Kuldip Singh Brar. Now, Kuldip Singh Brar was a Major General in Indian Army. So he was given the responsibility to getting the terrorist out of the Golden Temple. Now see, on the morning of 3rd June 1984, okay, on the morning of 3rd June 1984, The mission Operation Blue Star started. Now you maybe understand, okay, you might have understood that why this Operation Blue Star was executed and why this Operation Blue Star was started. So can anybody able to guess why this operation was launched or why this operation was started in 3rd June 1984 by Major General Kuldeep Singh Brar? Yes, anybody? What is the motive? What is the objective? What is the aim? What was the target of this Operation Blue Star? Hello, am I audible? ये तो नंबर हाँ Okay, so basically, Operation Blue Star was launched to get the terrorists out of the Golden Temple and to free the holy place, the holy temple, that is Golden Temple. Okay, yes, yes, we have to catch the terrorist at that time. So, under the leadership of the General Kuldeep Singh, on 3rd June 1984, this mission Operation Blue Star was started. The operation ended on 6th June. So basically, this operation lasts for almost 4 days, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th June. So this operation were ended on the 6th June. In this military operation, the Indian Army functioned with great restraint. ओके मतलब इस ऑपरेशन में ये जो मिलिट्री ऑपरेशन हमारे आर्मी ने लॉन्च किया, स्टार्ट किया, खत्म किया, ओके 4 दिन में, तो उसमें उन्होंने बहुत अच्छी कामगिरी की, बहुत अच्छा काम किया. वी कैन से दे वर्क वेरी हार्ड, ओके, एंड दे फंक्शन वेरी वेल. The operation ended with the death of Bhindranwale and other terrorists. Okay, in that operation, we know that Bhindranwale was hidden on the Akal Takht. That Akal Takht was present in the Golden Temple, and that Golden Temple was captured by the terrorists. Okay. So, friends, the operation ended with the death of Bhindranwale. Now, see, as our army executed the operation, launched the operation, and ended the operation, they killed Bhindranwale. Okay, and all the terrorists that were present in the Golden Temple. Okay, is it clear? Bhindranwale was, yes, they were killed by the Indian military, Indian army. Do you know Ajit Doval? Anybody heard about the Ajit Doval? Anybody heard about him? Sir Ajit Doval. Okay, Kadambari has heard about him. So, what do you know about him? Anybody? Any information small? Okay, I'm waiting. Okay, so I will tell you that जो अजीत डोवाल जी है वो आज हमारे जो देश है, ओके, हमारा जो गवर्नमेंट है, तो उस हमारे देश के गवर्नमेंट में, भारत सरकार की गवर्नमेंट में वो अभी नेशनल सिक्योरिटी एडवाइजर है. ओके, ही इज नेशनल सिक्योरिटी एडवाइजर एंड इन शॉर्ट इट इज कॉल्ड एज एनएससी. मतलब देश के सिक्योरिटी से रिलेटेड जो भी कुछ इश्यूज है, जो कुछ एडवाइस गवर्नमेंट को देना चाहिए, ओके, जो कुछ डिस्कशन गवर्नमेंट ने करना चाहिए, ओके, तो उसके वो मेन हेड है. वो हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर जो है, हमारे होम मिनिस्टर जो है, कि जो देश की सिक्योरिटी के बारे में देखते हैं, एक्सटर्नल सिक्योरिटी, इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी, तो उसको एडवाइस करने के लिए जो मेजर हमारे देश में एक पोस्ट होती है, उसका वो मेजर नेशनल सिक्योरिटी एडवाइजर है। तो वो जो आज हमारे देश के एडवाइजर है, तो जो हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर है अभी मोदी, नरेंद्र मोदी साहब, ओके। और जो हमारे प्राइम होम मिनिस्टर है अमित शाह, ओके। तो उनको, यस, नो ही वाज नॉट आईएएस ऑफिसर, ही वाज आईपीएस ऑफिसर, ही वाज इन पुलिस सर्विस, ओके, ही वाज इन पुलिस सर्विस। तो जब जो भिंडरान वाले जो है, ओके, वो जब वहां पर छुप कर बैठा था उस गोल्डन टेम्पल में, तो ये जो अजित अजित डोवाल सर है, वो जो है वो एक उनका फॉलोअर बनकर अंदर गए थे। और अंदर कितने टेररिस्ट है, अंदर वो क्या क्या कर रहे हैं, ओके। तो वो सब एजेंट बनकर वहां पर गए थे, उन्होंने अंदर सब कुछ देखा। और हमारी जो आर्मी है, हमारी जो पुलिस है, तो उनको वो सब अंदर की इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइड की थी, ओके। तो आपको पता चलेगा उनका रोल कितना अहम था उस वक्त भी, ओके। ही वॉज agent at that time. He went inside the golden temple as one of the terrorists, okay, as an agent. And right now he is a national security advisor for our country. He is a very great personality. Okay, now see, so the operation ended with the death of Bindra Node and other test. In 1986, an operation had to be conducted against terrorists in the golden temple once more. Now see, in 1984 already Operation Blue Star was executed, launched and ended. They killed all the terrorists in the Golden Temple, but still there were some terrorists who take shelter, okay, who took the shelter in the Golden Temple once again. So finish them all, to wipe out all of them, okay, to kill all of them. Again, one of the operation in 1986 was launched against the terrorist, okay, and that operation was called as the Operation Black Thunder. It means two major operations were conducted, were launched by our military to kill the terrorists that were present in Golden Temple. So the first operation, that is Operation Blue Star, was conducted in 1984. Again, after 2 years of that, Operation Black Thunder was executed to kill the terrorist. After this action was taken, the process of establishment of peace in the Punjab picked up movement. Now see, our central government took two actions, two operations. Okay, what is first action? Operation Blue Star. Second operation, Operation Black Thunder. Because of these actions taken by government, okay, the process of establishment of peace, मतलब पंजाब में जो शांतता प्रस्थापित होने की जो प्रोसेस है, इट स्टार्टेड पिकिंग अप मोमेंटम, ओके। उन्होंने अपना जो मोमेंटम है वो पिक कर लिया, मतलब वो जोरों शोरों से वहां पर जो पीस है हमारे देश में, वो पंजाब में वो एस्टेब्लिश होना शुरू कर दिया, ओके। सो लेट्स सी हियर, डू यू नो, ओके, a military expedition taken up with a particular objective is called as an operation. Now one can ask me, what is this operation means? So basically it is a military expedition. Expedition means it is one of the action, okay, a military expedition taken up with the objective, okay. If there is an objective behind some action of the military, then it is called as the operation, okay. Now see, if some terrorists are hiding in the Jammu and Kashmir, then all our military, all our security forces, they launch this search operation for them. So basically, what is the objective of that operation? To search the terrorists who are hiding inside our states, okay, of Jammu and Kashmir. So Operation Blue Star was an operation undertaken to evict the terrorists hiding in the Golden Temple. Now see, we studied just about the Operation Blue Star. So there was the objective behind that Operation Blue Star, Operation Black Thunder also, to evict, to kill, to get out the terrorist from the Golden Temple. Okay. So is it clear, all of you? And let me add one more thing, that at that time, it means the decision or the order of the Operation Blue Star in 1984, it was given by then Prime Minister, okay, uh, Srimati Indira Gandhi. Okay, so Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister in 1984, and she gave an order to our military that go in the Golden Temple, okay, launch the Operation Blue Star and evict, kill all the terrorists in the Punjab, sorry, in the Golden Temple. And second operation, that is the Operation Black Thunder, it was ordered by the then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. Okay, because Indira Gandhi was assassinated after the Operation Blue Star happened. When Operation Blue Star ended, okay, all the sick people they get, we can say they get hurt. Okay, they get hurt that their holy place and army went there. Okay, they fired the bullet on our holy place. Because of this, many Punjabi or many Sikh people they get hurt and they assassinated the Indira Gandhi. Okay, one of the bodyguard of Indira Gandhi was Sikh person, and that person, that bodyguard, that security guard of Indira Gandhi, he assassinated Indira Gandhi. He fired a lot of bullets on her. Okay, at one morning. So is it clear about the all the unrest that was in the Punjab? Okay, is it clear to all of you? What challenge was Punjab facing? What challenge of Indian government of facing at that time? Very interesting, na? Okay, so this was the situation for the Punjab. There was unrest and how Indian government tackled that issue. Now the next problem in front of our country was issues concerning Northeast India. Okay, do you know which are the states that are present in the northeast of India? Northeast Indian states. Anybody knows? Okay, Assam is one of the northeast state. So apart from Assam, is there anyone? Anything? Okay, yes, Nagaland is also. Yes, Tripura, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh. Yes, Sikkim is also considered one of the northeast state. Manipur is also there, right, right. So basically there are seven northeast, and again Sikkim is added as number eight. Yes, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh. Yes. So all of you are aware of all these things. So what were the challenges in these states, okay, of India? Okay, we will study about them in this topic. Okay. So Northeast India consists of eight states of, okay. So which are these eight states? Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, and Tripura. These are eight states that constitutes of Northeast Indian states. International borders of India touch each of the state to varying extent. So what does this means? Basically, these states are having border, India's international border, because we know that Arunachal Pradesh is touching to the Chinese, China, uh, again Myanmar also. Manipur, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura. All these countries are touching. All these states touching Bangladesh. Okay, even Bhutan, even Myanmar. Okay, so basically, India touch each of the states to varying extent. The international border of India. These states are different with respect to ethnicity, language, and cultural diversity. So we all of you know that these people are somewhat different from us. That is their ethnicity is different. मतलब उनका जो उनका कल्चर डिफरेंट है, उनकी एथनिसिटी मतलब उनका जो वंश है वो डिफरेंट है. Okay, the first prime minister of independent India took the lead in bringing the tribes living in these areas into mainstream of the country. So guys, mainstream of the country means there are some state in India, okay, which are developing very fast. Okay, they are aware about all the government facilities, all the government schemes. Okay, they are improving their social indicators, social culture. Okay, likewise this. So Northeast India was very different from all the states. Okay, they were not the part of this mainstream India. Okay, so the first prime minister of independent India, that is the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, they took the initiative. Okay, or they took lead to bring these tribes. मतलब ये जो लोग रह रहे थे नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया में, मिजोरम, मेघालय, नागालैंड, मणिपुर, ओके, अरुणाचल प्रदेश, यहाँ पर जो लोग रह रहे थे, तो उन लोगों को मेन स्ट्रीम में लाने के लिए पहले जो प्रधानमंत्री थे हमारे, उन्होंने प्रयास किया. वहां पर जो जनजाति रह रही थी, ओके, वहां पर जो वी कैन से ट्राइब्स मतलब जो आदिवासी लोग रह रहे थे, तो उनको पढ़ाना, उनको सभी स्कीम का लाभ देना, उनके कल्चर को समझना, प्रोटेक्ट करना. ओके, उनके डेवलपमेंट करना अलग अलग, उनका हेल्थ केयर का देखना. ओके, स्कूलिंग का देखना, एजुकेशन का देखना, उनकी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का देखना. सो लाइक वाइज दिस, सो प्राइम मिनिस्टर स्टार्टेड टू develop this country, these states, and bringing them in the mainstream country. Okay, so is it clear to everyone? Okay, different states have different tribes. Naga tribes are there. Assam has different people. Manipur, Meghalaya has different people. Okay, Tripura has different tribes over there. Okay, now see. In 1954, he formed the Northeast Frontier Agency. He means first Prime Minister of India, independent India, that is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So in 1954, he formed one group of, we can say one region, okay, that is Northeast Frontier Agency. So in short, it is called as N for North, E for East, F for Frontier, and A for Agency. It means in short, it is called as NEFA. Okay, so it is called as the NEFA area. उन्होंने उस एरिया को एक नाम दिया, नॉर्थ ईस्ट फ्रंटियर एजेंसी. Okay, so comprising of the territories, sorry, territories, not territories, territory. Territory means a region, a area on the Sino-Indian border and the tribal areas towards the north of Assam. तो उन्होंने क्या किया, जो अरुणाचल प्रदेश की जो पोजीशन है, जो साइनो इंडियन मतलब चाइना और इंडिया, साइनो मीन्स चाइना का दूसरा नाम एक साइनो कहा जाता है. ओके, चाइना इज कॉल्ड एज साइनो आल्सो. So Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, he formed one Northeast Frontier Agency. Okay, and that frontier agency was including the territories on the Sino-Indian border. मतलब चाइना और इंडिया के बॉर्डर में जो कुछ प्रदेश आता है उसको भी उन्होंने उसमें इंक्लूड कर दिया, उस एरिया में, उस नेफा में। ऑल्सो आसाम के नॉर्थ में जो एरिया है, ट्राइबल एरिया, उस एरिया को भी इस नॉर्थ ईस्ट फ्रंटियर एजेंसी में उन्होंने इंक्लूड कर दिया। उस पूरे रीजन को एक ही नाम दिया, नॉर्थ ईस्ट फ्रंटियर एजेंसी। सो नेहरू टू द पोजिशन ऑफ, okay, sorry, Nehru took the position of bringing about the development of hundreds of tribes in these parts while preserving their culture. Okay, so government took the position, उन्होंने स्टांस लिया, उन्होंने एक पोजीशन ली कि यस, हम क्या करेंगे, वी विल डेवलप हंड्रेड्स ऑफ ट्राइब्स, their social, their culture, we will protect their culture, we will preserve their culture, and still we will develop all these tribes who are living in the Nefa region. Okay, so he took the initiative, he took the position, he took the stance, we can say. But all these things were with the preservation of their culture, their own culture, their tribe culture. Special provisions have been made with respect to these areas in the सिक्स्थ शेड्यूल ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। तो गाइज, उस वक्त हमने क्या किया, हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में ये जो नॉर्थ ईस्ट के जो स्टेट थे, जो ट्राइब्स थे, जो पीपल थे, उनको प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए, उनको प्रिजर्व करने के लिए, उनके कल्चर को, हमने जो सिक्स्थ शेड्यूल है, हमारा जो छठा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में वी कैन से वो पार्ट है, जो आर्टिकल है, जो शेड्यूल है, तो उसमें उनको बहुत ज्यादा राइट्स दिए, उनको बहुत ज्यादा अधिकार दिए। ओके, in 1965 the responsibility of administrating this area was given to Ministry of External Affairs। मतलब क्या, उस जगह का जो नेफा जो है, उसका जो प्रशासन होगा, उसके लोगों की जो नीड्स होगी, वो देखने के लिए हमारी जो एक्सटर्नल फॉरेन मिनिस्ट्री है, ओके, एक्सटर्नल अफेयर मिनिस्ट्री है, तो उसको वो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दी गई, उनको वो चार्ज दिया गया कि वो जो नेफा एजेंसी है, उनकी जो लोग है वहां पर रह रहे हैं, उनका प्रशासन देखो, उनका एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन देखो, उनको जब कुछ कम ज्यादा लगता है, जो स्कीम्स है उनकी तरफ पहुंचाओ। ओके, और उनको जस्टिस दो, उनको डेवलप करो। So guys, I think okay, small portion is remaining. The Northeastern Council Act of 1971 was supposed to advise the central government regarding aspects of common interest in economic and social spheres, interstate transport, electricity, and flood control. We know that Brahmaputra is one of the river which is passing through this northeast India, and because of this Brahmaputra river, there are frequent floods in these areas. So there was one of the council, that is the Northeastern Council Act. In 1971, it was established. So that act, through that council, okay, all the members of that council, they should advise the government, central government, that how to economically develop this region, okay, how to socially develop this region, how to bring them in the mainstream, how interstate transport should be developed over there, electricity provide or the facility should be there. So this Northeast Council should advise to government of India. Okay, yes, you should do this, you should do like this, you should provide this, you should provide that, likewise. So guys, this was about the issues concerning Northeast India. Now, one by one, we will see that all 8 states or 7 to 8 states, okay, what problems we are facing about them, what problems India faced in about that region. Okay, so till that, I hope you have understood everything. But still, if you have any doubt in this, please tell me. Anybody having any doubt in this up to now? Okay, I hope today's session was excellent, was good. You are able to understand this everything. Okay, so tell me, how was today's class? Okay, fine. I hope you get to know something new also through this lesson. And thank you for listening to me, okay? For your patience. So, so guys, it is over for today. Our time is over, and thank you everyone, and good night. Take care. You can leave the class now. Bye bye. Okay, Vinith. Goodbye.